the crowd, I hear your voice in the hum, the echo of you in the beat of a drum. Every hello carries someone's goodbye. We're all walking shadows of a love that won't die. I reach far, I reach wide, feel your warmth on the other side. We are threads of light, weaving through the night, tied to the stars, to the ones out of sight. Every touch, every tear, every laugh, every fight, we are threads of light. We are threads of light. We are threads of light.
Hey everyone, welcome all of you. Can you all hear me? I think we're live. I think we're good. So thank you everyone. I will get into explaining in a moment that we have got some new moderators, but I will introduce those in a moment. But let's introduce my good friend Lee. Hi.
Hey,
Lee.
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited.
Are you
As
good?
always. Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
What kind of week have you had?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's been a busy, stressful week. Last night I actually took a night off of my main channel to go on a date night with the wife, and we went and see the movie Odyssey with Matt Damon about the Greek fall of Troy and all that stuff like that. So that was very cool. Yeah.
Nice. It's good to get time away as well when you're doing it. You know, when we're doing this job, it's kind of like you don't really get a break from it. There's no vacation time. Well, I don't know, maybe you do take vacations, but I'm learning over the last couple of years that I've been doing it. It's kind of like, well, I enjoy it, so it doesn't bother me the fact that I can do it every day. And yeah, but it is nice, and I don't have a partner that I need to remember, so I can just you know what I mean, I can just get lost in it, whereas you've got your family and everything. So so welcome everyone. I just wanted to introduce I do have new moderators, and when I say they're new, they've not done this before. I just want to say thank you so much to Robin and Essie, who have been carrying me since I started doing the live streams, and they're your incredibly loyal moderators, Lee. So thank you to them. And I'd like to introduce Here Comes Karma, who is my head moderator. So she will be in charge of pinning comments and things like that. So there may not be many comments being pinned for now, but that's absolutely fine, because it's not as easy as it looks, guys. It's not just as simple as let's do this and get pinning comments. So, you know, be kind to Here Comes Karma. There's also somewhere around is my daughter, and she is under the name of hold on, let me just ask her. What name is your Alternat? So if you see Alternat in the chat, that she is also, I say she's moderating, but this is her very, very first time. So she's probably just kind of feeling the water for tonight, let's just say. And her laptop is very slow for some reason. And also, and I don't know if she's here, but Hannah, if she ever makes an appearance, Hannah is also set up to do some just basic moderation for me. So if you do see Hannah, make her really welcome. And yeah, so to get into the rest of the evening, the point of tonight's live stream is going to be going back to my very first reading, this time for Dylan. So that's going to be really interesting. And again, I have not watched it. I've deliberately left it alone. I haven't watched it. And it's one of those that I actually can't remember, or I get it confused with other readings that I did around that time. for the other girls. So for Maddie and for Kaylee and Zana, I get them all kind of mixed up in my head. So I don't know how it's going to go or how relevant it's going to be watching it back, but we will eventually get to that. I'm also going to introduce a regular segment, which is going to happen every week. And hopefully you are going to enjoy it, but I was kind of bullied into it by my director. and that is going to be called The Director's Cut, and all will be explained when I play it. And also, I just wanted to also introduce a comment of the week from someone on my channel that has commented on a particular video. And so I thought I would do that first. So the comment of the week, let me just add this. I've got to remember to, I know I'm going to forget. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, share audio. No, I don't need audio for this one. Okay. So the comment of the week this week comes from Mickey's Girl. And just to explain, this was actually a comment that was left on a members only video that I did on Zana and the possibility or the potential that there had been some kind of MMA fight going on the night of, or an MMA fighter had attacked her or something. I don't know. It seems to be pure speculation or gossip. I don't know. But I did do a reading on that. And it's a really interesting comment that Mickey's Girl has left. And she says, I just heard an interview with Yessie. So this interview about Yessie has been circulating and there's been a lot of talk about it. And I still haven't watched it from beginning to end, but apparently it is quite eye-opening. So Yessie was Xana's good friend. When police were asking her about the last time she saw E and X, they were on the top floor watching at people dancing and having fun. The reason this is significant is because during the reading, I was picking up energy of someone. There was a couple of cards that alluded to being up high and looking down, or being, you know, above people kind of thing. And I couldn't really figure out what it was to do with. So this comment is really interesting. They were on the top floor watching people dancing and having fun. She said maybe people were angry that he was there at the lodge. And was Xana looking down on Jack S? And the reason she's mentioned Jack S is because, again, I started picking up messages to do with Jack Showalter directly coming from Xana. So really interesting. And I definitely need to watch the Yessie interview.
Yeah.
Have you watched it, Lee?
I haven't. My team's forcing me to watch it too. They're like, you have to get on this immediately, and I haven't watched it yet, so I'm on it too.
I know we were talking about it, weren't we? I just need to make sure I'm removing the right thing. Remove. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah. So I do need to watch that. It's interesting that someone sort of tied that together. So thank you so much for your comment, Mickey's Girl. Now, let's see if I can get this director's cut video going. I did have it saved. But of course, I'm not going to be able to find it now. 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Okay. Director's cut. I'm trying to find the right one. July. There we go. Oh gosh, sorry. Hold on 1 second. Oh, why is it playing? Oh, this is so annoying.
Welcome to my world.
It won't stay. There we go. Right, let me try. Okay. Why? Which screen do I need to stop?
Oh, I know. I hate when you have to stop sharing something before you can reshare. It seems when you reshare something, it should automatically. Yeah, I thought you had to. You meant to remove your music video from the stage.
But that's automatic. It starts automatically as an intro, so it's not on the stage.
Oh, okay.
Why is this not playing? Okay, let's try this way. Hold on. Sorry, guys. He's gonna absolutely. I'm never gonna live this down if I don't play this.
No, you're probably not.
Can you hear me? Oh, I can't hear you. Your mic is on.
Oh, I have myself muted. Sorry about
Okay.
that. Yeah. I was like, that's awesome. I was like, why can't you hear me? Yeah, because I have a mute button on top of my mic, and
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
So you get the idea. This is just going to be like a montage. I wish there was more of George, but he's not as naughty as the director. But there you go.
We got 5 cats. I want to put like one of those cat cameras on one of the cats and have it run around filming itself. That would be funny. That would be awesome.
I bet they've all got different personalities as well, haven't they?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
That's
okay.
amazing.
Okay, so we're going to get into the Dylan video in a moment. If you could say what was your most significant moment for the week from what you've been doing on YouTube this week? Is there anything particularly significant Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think for the most significant thing that happened in the true crime space was the listening to the interview of the cat lady, where the police were clearly trying to tell her that yes, she did come home in the middle of her shift and she did park where she said she didn't park, because they apparently wanted to make sure that they could explain a car in the neighborhood. And that was really troublesome, watching how she's like, no, I'm pretty sure I didn't come home. And if I did park, I would have parked over there. I'm like, no, have you ever parked over here? Well, that's where we're going to say you parked. That was disturbing. That was like a shocker for the week for me.
It really is. And I think there's going to be more and more things like that coming out.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I was watching back because of, and I don't want to give away too much here, because I've had a bit of a channeling session with, and it will be an upcoming video and everyone's going to be very excited about this. I have had a channeling session with Maddie. The reason people are going to be excited about this is because she's the one person I haven't been able to connect with, and I managed to connect with her a day or two ago. But without giving away too much, I've had to go and re-investigate Adam Lauder. And I went and watched his interview on Lana's channel. And there was stuff happening on that as well, where they were adding stuff that wasn't said on his interview. So they've done it then as well.
Oh yeah, I think they did it a lot. It really sucks when they do that. I mean, it's borderline criminal.
It is.
So yeah,
it really is. It is. I don't think it's borderline. I think it is criminal.
Absolutely. Right.
That changes. Yeah, it changes the outcome of it. It could potentially change the outcome of a case completely.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Here we go again. Right, let's see if I can add. I'll get the hang of it one day. Share screen. Okay. Okay. Oh, this makes me cringe watching this. Anyway.
Welcome, guys. So today I am doing a reading on Dylan Mortensen.
Time-wise, sorry, I won't keep interrupting, but I think this was done, it's going to be around the same time as the last one. So I think we're looking at September, probably September 12th, 13th, something like that, last year that this would have been published.
Again, Idaho 4. Any of you are not familiar with this case, especially those of you in the UK, honestly, I highly recommend you get on board with it, because when this comes round to the actual trial next year, it's going to be huge. I think everyone's going to be invested in it. I really hope that it is going to be televised, because there's a possibility, I've heard, that there might be a gagging order on the press, which I really hope not. Apparently the new judge is very anti-media, but like I said, it's definitely one, if you haven't looked into it, it's definitely one that is just very interesting, very controversial. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of theories going around.
Sorry, I got it wrong. Not September last year. It would have been September 2024. Makes more sense. Yeah.
So anyway, we did Brian Koberger last time. This time we're doing Dylan Mortensen. Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk were the two girls that were in the house at the time of the murders and remained completely unharmed. Dylan's defense is that she was in her room and she was, I think she did change her statement from what I remember, but she was in her room and she was hearing a lot of commotion, a lot of noise. And I think she said she put her head out the door twice, not in succession, but I'm trying to, you can look this up yourself. And then the third time she shouted to keep the noise down because she was trying to sleep, and that was it. And then the next thing she knew, she saw the perpetrator walking past her door, and he was wearing all black with a mask on, I think she said, and he had very bushy eyebrows. And then she, for some reason, decided not to call, went back to bed, went to sleep or something, I don't know, but she didn't call the police. This was at about, I don't know, the police haven't actually, in fact, what time did she claim that happened? That'd be interesting, because I don't think I've checked that. The police seem to think this happened at around 4 a.m, between 3:30 and 4:30 or something. However, Dylan decided not to contact the police until the following morning after 11 o'clock, after not hearing any signs of life from her housemates. So it's interesting, but I'm going to do this reading just on Dylan to find out if does she know more? Is she keeping any secrets? Was she involved? Who knows? So I've got this new deck, which is the True Crime Oracle deck. And we're going to start off by pulling some Oracle cards just to see what comes out. So we've got, wow. Okay, very interesting already. First card is dismemberment. Now, as far as I'm aware, there wasn't, nobody knows the full details, to be honest. I think people know the basics of the injuries that were inflicted. But as far as I'm aware, there wasn't any, well, mind you, I think one of the girls lost fingers. So, but I think dismemberment means arms and legs and being chopped into pieces. And as far as I know, that didn't happen. But this.
So just pausing just to say thank you so much. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat as well. But thank you so much, Jackie, for the donation. Thank you. It's super kind of you. Thank you. If I've missed anyone else, I apologise. I've only just literally thought I better keep an eye on the chat as well.
Card to me is saying this is giving me energy of helping with the cleanup of some kind. The next card is lies. So Dylan is lying. Her statement is not true. The fact that she
Can you hear? I'm just checking that you can hear me. Can you hear me, Lee? You're on mute again.
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes. I was like, it'd be horrible if I said no, I can't hear you, but then that would
the whole time. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
The fact that I've literally just picked up that she's, I mean, back then,
yeah,
I don't think anyone, I mean, people had opinions, but I don't think they'd formed, a definite, compared to what's going on now. So that's interesting straight away.
Yeah.
Her whole story is a lie. Next card, spouse or partner. Now again, I haven't done any in-depth research into Dylan's background or whether she has a boyfriend or anything like that. So this could have something to do with, I mean, it could be something to do with her boyfriend, which would make sense because that would explain why she was spared. I don't know if she's got a boyfriend. Let's keep going. Someone that she's been dating.
Thank you, Linda, for the jewels. Thank you.
Legal proceedings. This is really about, I feel like she's protected. I don't know why, but I do feel like she's been protected by this. She's, I don't even know if she has to testify. I'm not sure if I'm right on that, but as far as legal proceedings are concerned, there seems to be a lot around that. And I think I'm right in saying that the case has been moved to her hometown. So it's right on her doorstep. Don't know what this has got to do with anything. Grandparent.
Lee, do you know anything about Dylan's family or her grandparents or anything like that?
No, only no. Not. I know that her family lived in Boise, so that's what I thought was interesting. By the way, I don't know about the family, but to go back, and I wasn't sure whether to interrupt, but since you took a pause,
no, do
it's
interrupt.
funny,
honestly,
when you mentioned her not testifying, one of the things that I think that people get confused about in the legal system is that because someone's name is on a witness list as potential witnesses doesn't mean they're going to get called or that they're going to testify. If they even remotely think that they're going to bring somebody in or might bring somebody in, they'll put them on the list. But that doesn't mean that that's then their best interest to do so. And the reason why I bring this up is because people see Dylan's name on the witness list and say, oh yeah, she was going to testify. And I tell you, I don't think she was going to testify. The grand jury did not believe Bethany and Dylan's testimony, and they would have been crucified on the stand by under cross. I think the prosecution was already setting up that these girls are too traumatized. They're not going to testify. A written statement will be good enough. They've already said all they need to say in the public. I don't think they're going to, but people keep pointing to me like, well, they're on the list. I don't care if they're on the list. People are on the list all the time that aren't going to actually testify. It would have been a mistake to put her on the stand, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it would have been, like you say, the worst move possible for the prosecution. But
oh yeah.
But the best move possible for the defense, definitely.
Unless her grandparents have connections, which could be possible. that there's connections within her family, high up, powerful connections. Again, this is...
Sorry, yeah, just a comment there from Kathy. You're right. I do remember that Hitler decided pre-trial they were not to be on camera. So there was that at least.
Something we'd have to look into. But something has protected Dylan from the beginning. But I don't know if Bethany just happened to be lucky, because she's probably the quietest one of all of them, but we're not doing Bethany today, so...
It's also funny that you mentioned Dylan being protected, considering several things. One, many people have said she's got a very protective father that would pummel people for talking bad about her. She's got a very protective boyfriend, apparently. She said during the statement, "Why do you think that the guy in black didn't harm you?" "I don't know. Maybe he knew me and he didn't want to hurt me." Like there's a million people protecting Dylan in theory in this thing. So and then you add, are the police protecting Dylan, saying, "Hey, don't worry, you're not going to be considered a suspect in this. We'll take it." Like everyone's protecting Dylan. Like there's a lot of people protecting Dylan.
Exactly. It is incredibly interesting. And Angela, you've said something about, especially after the Yessie interview, I'm so intrigued because I know that a lot of it is alluding to evidence pointing at Dylan from that interview. So I need to watch it.
Like whether the girls were really intoxicated or not. I hear that there was a rumor that they didn't even drink that night, that Bethany and Dylan were completely sober, but they said they were so drunk and didn't know what was going on. And there's other people that say no, they weren't drinking. I think Yessie is one of the people that said they didn't drink that night. But
interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, we need more people coming forward to bunk the narrative kind of thing. And there's been such a lack of it, which I don't know what the silence is about, but yeah.
Justice. Will justice be served? Will it be served? Oh my God. There you go, guys. That's what I thought. She's involved in the cleanup.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I often wonder when I think about my original readings, and I think all the readings I've done since then, and I think how much have all the other readings muddied the original reading. It's like, that's why it's fascinating to watch the first one, because it's kind of giving you the plain and simple, I can't say facts obviously, but yeah, it's interesting.
That period of time, from the time of the murders to the following morning, was spent cleaning up. I'm telling you now, it was spent cleaning up, her and other people, because I think I'm right in saying that she contacted some people from the university to come over, and they all spent that time cleaning up the scene. I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to pull the tarot. I know what I've been told. But let me pull the tarot. I know what I've been told about this, and the story that they were all in their beds is also a lie. That did not happen. Everyone was up. Everyone was fighting, arguing. It was chaos. It was pandemonium. And I'm not going any further than that. But what I will say is that the cleanup involved having to move bodies, and to clean up any evidence of moving those bodies.
I have to say, I always found it very odd that a Saturday night, and it was a game night, a football game, wasn't it? And there was football that night.
Yeah.
That would be a quiet night for that house, for a party house. That there was nothing going on in there. It was everyone had gone to bed. They come back from the corner club. Night, everyone, off to bed. That's just so unrealistic. That, more likely there would have been a house full of people. Yeah.
Right. Everybody been tailgating and hammered from the game, and
100%.
Right, let's see, and it looks like someone she was dating or a boyfriend was involved. So tell me more about Dylan Mortensen's involvement in this case. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Sun, and Temperance. Six of Pentacles, something here about money. I think this may have something to do with the purchase of illegal substances. It could have something to do with owing money. The Four of Cups. I am getting that there was quite a lot of tension between Dylan and the others. I'm not too sure which in particular, but the girls definitely. But because I feel like they were getting angry or frustrated with her about something, and it seems to be something to do with the purchase of, that she either hadn't paid for, or I don't know. The Sun.
Thank you, Amy Lou, for the jewels. Thank you.
The Sun. I keep getting the word truth, and I keep getting the word clarity, and I keep getting the cold light of day. Temperance. This is about timing. This is about time. So this is about her how important timing was. I'm also feeling like...
Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much, Christine, for the jewels. Thank you.
I want to know why she has to be redacted.
Who?
Christine redacted, it says. I was just why does Christine feel the need to be redacted?
I know. It's a mystery.
I just
want to know more.
Resist it. Yeah, it's a mystery. Yeah, we won't get to know because it's redacted.
Okay.
Whatever this plan was, didn't go to plan. It did not go how they were expecting it to go. I also feel like what I am sensing is that she was not aware of the severity of how this was going to go. I feel like that it was just supposed to be a fight or something. And I don't know if it was planned or it got out of hand. Let's have a look. 6 of Pentacles.
Just a comment here from Lab. Oh gosh, hang on, just lost it. Something about a reflection of Bethany with a guy in a balaclava that's been seen in one of the crime scene photos. I don't know anything about that, but it's interesting if that is.
Yeah.
If that is.
I know. I'm like I'd like to see it. If you got it, give me the photo. And
yeah.
I'll go find it. But yeah.
Yeah. If you know where you saw that, let us know. What's your opinion, Lee, on Dylan? Do you have an opinion? I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm not sure. Right. I'm not sure how much I can. I'm very careful with my opinion of Dylan. All I can say is I think Dylan is correct that the reason why she wasn't attacked is because the whoever she may or may not have seen knew who she was and didn't want to harm her. So I think that's spot on. I think a lot of what she says can't be taken accurate. So I don't know how to say it. All I can say is I don't believe her story, and I believe that, and I do believe the part of her story that suggests that she was left alone because they knew who she was.
Yeah, it's like that whole thing, isn't it? When people lie, they often bury the truth within their lies, which I think has
like
it's got
a ring of truth to it. Yeah,
exactly. I think that was the case when you listen to Dylan's, if you can bear to listen to her interviews. It's one of those that you have to slow down rather than speed up to kind of listen to what she's saying. It's more about what she's not saying than what she is saying, if that makes sense. But
there's a part of me that feels like there's a part of me that feels like maybe, how do I explain this? Like maybe there's a possibility that she knows what happened and she's terrified to let people know. So, and what I'm saying is maybe she wasn't directly involved, but she knows what happened and now she's terrified, and maybe part of her is ashamed of not being more truthful and saying exactly what she knows. But I can't, that's just my gut feeling is that she definitely knows more than she's saying. And I think I see signs when I watch body language of shame on her part, that she's ashamed that she's not telling people what she knows. And is that because of fear, or is it because of involvement, or is it because of, I don't know what it is, but I feel like she knows more and she's ashamed that she's not saying anything. But that's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, it's a possibility. But there's obviously so much speculation around her. And one thing I will say is that I do try and not go down the whole kind of route of, there's so much emotion around this case, and there's so many people, there's so many content creators that are just full of like hatred towards people they don't even know. At the end of the day, nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows. Nobody knows whether Brian's guilty or not. He might be guilty, and nobody knows whether Dylan's involved or has knowledge or whatever. But there's so much online hatred towards people like Dylan and Bethany, and I think we just need to be very, very careful of that. Until we have proof, you have to reserve your judgment on what's going on. And it is hard, and I understand that. But, you know.
Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Fool, and the Page of Wands in reverse. So I can't remember if I checked her date of birth. Wait a minute. Just check.
Couldn't find it back then. I seem to remember. I think she's Virgo. I think I found out since she's a Virgo.
What is this? What is this book? Is this notes that you keep, or what's this book you're looking at there?
So at the time, it was literally just to note down zodiac signs of key players, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Because
okay.
They'll come into a reading, so I'll know if a certain person comes in, like a court card comes in, I'll be like, oh, that could be, you know, Ethan.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
The Seven of Cups, spinning an illusion. There's something very fake here about the way she was behaving. I do almost feel like she, because as I said, there was tension between her and one or more of the girls. However, on the day, not on the day, or not too far before the murders happened, she tried to reconcile but I don't think, and I'm sure it was Maddie and Kaylee, I'm sure those are the two girls, they weren't really having any of it, which explains why they were all split up that night when they went out. So the Fool is just showing me her what this plan was. This was a
sorry. Geraldine said, hello, Sue and Devil. I quite like that.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that. It's all good.
Honestly, some of the company I keep just
it's all good.
Plan that was put in place. But as I said, I'll give her due. This was never a plan, as far as she was concerned, to murder 4 people. The Page of Wands in reverse. Something, like I said, it didn't go to plan properly. Something was delayed, or not everyone was home. I'm trying to think who the last people were to get home.
We may never know.
Oh, the whole mystery about Ethan and Xana is just,
yes,
I think one of the craziest things about the whole case is the fact that everyone they could have questioned, if they even did, I don't know if they did question during any of the interviews.
Yeah.
When did Ethan and Xana come home? Did they even actually ask that during Dylan, or do you know if they asked that during Dylan or Bethany's interview?
Yeah, I think generically, and the answer was everybody was pretty much home by 2 a.m. I mean, that was kind of the answer. Everybody was pretty much home by 2 a.m. was the generic. Pretty much. Everybody was there by, and then pretty much at 4 a.m. something can happen.
Yeah.
Because I know that Dylan lured Kaylee and Maddie back to the house by telling them.
This is one of those moments. Sorry, I need to blow my own trumpet here. But when I mentioned this,
yeah,
It was not common knowledge at all. Nobody knew about this, but wait till you hear what I say.
And the dog was missing.
Okay.
She knew that would get them back quickly.
So she's basically, Dylan's told Kaylee the dog's out, can't find him, and she's gone running back from the grub truck. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Interesting.
4 of Cups. Clarified by the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, Page of Cups.
Lab 525, she's added a photo of Bethany to compare to the reflection.
Oh, wow. Is this in the Discord? I think they put that in my Discord, so I have to check that out after the show.
Sure.
I can just feel the arguments. I can feel the row. Not the night that it happened, but just in general. I can hear people screaming at her. What's the truth, Dylan? Tell us the fucking truth. Excuse my language, but that's what I'm hearing. Tell us the fucking
You're just repeating what you heard. That's all.
Exactly.
This was also why I think it was Kaylee moved out. It was either Kaylee or Maddie, because they couldn't bear being around her. 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot of money involved in this. Something's being hidden. It's something to do with a large amount of money. Page of Cups.
I never know if these are is that my one, the Black Cat and Jam?
Yes, I believe it is.
Thank you so much, Black Cat and Jam. That is incredibly generous. Thank you so much.
This is one of the girls. Page of Cups. No, it's not one of the girls. Well, it is. Sorry, it's Xana. Something to do with Xana. Large amount of money. Something to do with Xana.
Or Xana's mum, maybe.
The Sun.
Hey, Mickey's girl. Thank you so much for the jewels. Thank you. Oh.
Clarified by Justice. Queen of Pentacles. And the 5 of Cups in reverse. What these cards are saying basically is, with the Sun and Justice coming in, is that she knows the truth. She knows everything. I think here this is probably her as well, Queen of Pentacles. She's definitely, her family have connections somewhere. This is almost giving me energy of the alpha in the house. Not that anyone realized it at the time.
One thing I will say about Dylan is, I don't know, after watching her, starting probably with the 911 call, and maybe not just Dylan. I don't know who were the other females on that call. It was Dylan, Bethany, and
Emily Alant was on it, I think, on the 911 call. Yeah. And maybe Josie. I can't remember.
So I think it was at the beginning. I think that was Dylan that was saying, can I just tell you pretty much what happened? Was that her? It was either her or Bethany.
Right.
Said that. She's like, can I tell you pretty much what happened?
Right. That sounds like a Dylan thing, but
yeah, it doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like a genuine reaction. That's the only thing. And I think a lot of people thought the same. It just felt a little bit acted, and yeah, I don't know. It's just that I think that's when that 911 call was released. That's when a lot of people started looking at her and saying, hold on a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because it just, yeah. But you have to question, after what you were saying, Lee, is that did she know, and she's got not survivor's guilt, but she feels guilty because she knows what happened. Why would she have made that decision to not, from that moment, from the 911 call, to not actually say, listen, this has happened, unless she's going to implicate herself? That's the only thing. I'm like, why wouldn't you just, your natural emotional reaction should be to just tell the truth? I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And I make a big deal out of it every once in a blue moon, but I try not to say it super often. It was, again, I was in the courtroom for the victim impact statements, and Dylan was the only one who asked Bill Thompson to stand between her and Brian Koberger because she wouldn't even look him in the eyes. And I thought to myself, it's telling, because it suggests shame, that she's ashamed to look Koberger in the eye, potentially, either because she knows what she's saying is sending somebody to jail that wasn't like there's a part of her that doesn't want to look him in the eyes. Now, could it be just fear? Could it be that she's just afraid and is afraid to look at him? Sure. But it also, to me, it's the shame of, I'm going to say something and I can't look this person in the eyes knowing damn well that what I'm saying is going to send that person to jail, and they may not have been the one to do it, or whatever the case may be. There seemed to be guilt with not wanting to look him in the eyes. But
yeah, that's true.
But that's my gut read from reading people.
Yeah, and you were there. So, and she, out of everyone that was impacted by what happened, family members, mothers, parents, fathers, she was the most distraught. And okay, you could argue, yes, she was there, she experienced it, of course she was going to be distraught.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. It just, something didn't sit right somehow. Yeah.
The 5 of Cups in reverse. So she does, there is regret in this card, but I don't know if I'm picking up. I don't know what kind of regret I'm picking up here. Temperance, timings. What happened with the timings? Clarified by the 7 of Wands. Temperance in reverse. 6 Six of Wands in reverse. Wow. So this is where the fight really kicked off. The Seven of Wands. They were fighting back. They were fighting back. Temperance in reverse. All the plans just went to pot. All of their plans, whatever the plan was, had just literally in those minutes just completely gone out the window. It just went from thinking this plan was going ahead to absolute chaos and bedlam. There's a lot of alcohol. There was a lot of illegal substances. And then the Six of Wands in reverse.
Has there been an interview for Emily?
She's been on documentaries. She's been interviewed, if you want to call it, for documentaries.
I'm just wondering if she's had a police interview.
Amazon one, but I don't remember. I mean, she should have, clearly. Of
course.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember, but I don't know.
Yeah. She might. You would think she would be. All the other people.
You'd think you would have
to, including Hunter. She would have to be.
Yeah.
She was one of the people that was there before the police were called.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just really about a fight that ended. I say it ended with no winner, but it did end with winners, obviously. I don't feel like it was over there, though. I think there was more. I feel like not everyone was there at the same time. And like I said, it feels like someone came back after it had happened. And they had no choice but to, because they knew they were going to come back. So and I don't know why I feel like it was Xana.
That's a really interesting comment from Lofty. 1112 was undercutting turf sales. One was CI, shakedown coming, frat fight, too late. AK came in and finished the job, which is interesting. Because I've always said I feel like there's been a couple of two different things going on at once. It could be, organized crime related, and it could be an infight as well. But it's interesting.
Yes.
Where have you?
My gut.
Go on.
What? I was just to say my gut has always felt that this was more than one thing that converged at the same time. There was probably more than one thing happened so that's what confuses it, because I don't think it's as simple as one thing. I think a couple of different things could have happened at the same time, and which confuses the situation.
It does. And one thing I've picked up from the very beginning, from this reading onwards, was that there was something that was planned that went tits up. Like literally, it just didn't go to plan. It was just meant to. What I picked up as far as the housemates were concerned was there was just meant to be a fight of some kind. It feels like Dylan there was some kind of tension between her and maybe a couple of girls in the house, and she'd got someone else on her side involved, possibly her boyfriend, and he'd said, don't worry, we'll sort this out on Saturday night, we'll teach her a lesson, kind of thing. It's all just got out of hand. That's what I felt. So
and Ethan that came back last.
Sorry about the quality.
Yeah, they were.
Real quick, to one of your members, is there a way to pay pay to remove it. I think YouTube Red still isn't, or I don't know, but YouTube Premium you can pay for, and it removes
Adverts.
90% of the ads or something like that. I think, yeah, on everything, on everybody's stuff. So I think there is that ability.
Does it not remove all of them? I thought if you got YouTube Premium, it removes all of the adverts. Does it not?
It should remove all, but I've watched more than one place lately now where you pay for premium to remove ads, and then they still will say, well, it removes most ads, but there's still some that they will themselves still run, which pisses people off, because when you pay to get ads removed, you want to see no ads, but
they're going to end up doing tiers, aren't they? They're going to end up doing a top tier where you have all ads removed, and guaranteed.
Right. Like they'll be like, well, maybe you won't see a beer commercial in your video, but you might see us advertising, hey, check out the new latest YouTube feature or something like that. So they might still serve you some kind of ad, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yes. Jennifer Folsom on our side says that all the ads get removed for them. So yeah. And and I'll say, I mean, not to digress, but a lot of people. So here's the thing. I'm going to take a moment. We're doing this quote unquote for free. The only way we pay the bills is by ads running. And I get that people don't want to see ads. I think if you do pay for the premium, you get to the benefit of having every channel you watch remove ads. The creators still get a little bit of a cut of those premium stuff, so you don't completely cut your favorite creator out. But if you really hate the ads, but keep in mind the ads is the way that we pay
what
the bills,
get paid by.
Otherwise, and it doesn't even pay all of our bills. But anyway.
No, it certainly doesn't. Yeah, it's interesting now that you said that. Why I've got no ads running on this? I'm trying to figure that out. Why I have no ads? Maybe keep quiet. But I was wondering. It's probably when I did this, I probably wasn't monetized. But if I became monetized after that, would that not still run adverts? I don't know.
Well, so not to bore everybody to death, but when you first get monetized, there's a global, like, do you want us to turn on monetization for all your past videos? If you didn't pick that option, then your past videos wouldn't automatically get turned on. You'd have to go back and individually turn them on, kind of thing. So I don't know.
I'm sure I would have done. But anyway.
They were taken out deliberately.
Oh, the quality's so bad. Sorry.
I
feel like I've had a bottle of wine.
Oracle cards, and then we're going to do another set of tarot, and then that will be it. So we've got legal proceedings again, which is, obvious, but also it may be hanging over her at the moment because she may not actually know if she's going to have to testify. You would think she would have to, because she must be a key witness, surely. And if she doesn't, then that proves she's definitely protected. Outer space. Outer space. She is, she's one of these is not like the others. Literally, she's the odd one out. She is the she's getting treated differently. Probably Bethany is as well, but she's an alien to this case, is what I'm getting with this. She's being treated like an alien in a good way, because she's not having to answer to anything. Cover up.
You're like, what a surprise.
Yeah.
Revenge. There's something here, and I'm not saying that she will deny for any point, but I can feel a lot of anger. I can feel her as we're talking about the fight. It was her, and I presume her boyfriend or someone she was dating, and I think there may have been others, not entirely sure. I think it might. I don't know. It was literally her just egging him on. He was getting more and more wound up. There was no sign of anyone telling, she wasn't telling him to calm down or, let's chill or anything like that. It was just getting more and more heightened. There's more to this. It's not just about money and illegal substances. It's also, there's something here about I don't know if it's jealousy or there's something that is between Dylan and Maddie or Kaylee regarding a boy, and I can't figure out what it is. Let's pull the next set of tarot. So we have the Two of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles again, definitely something about money, Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This thing, I wish I could work it out.
Thank you, Tara Van, for the jewels. Thank you so much.
The Two of Pentacles, which is sitting under the legal proceedings card, is telling me that she doesn't know yet whether she's going to be called or not because it's moved and it's a different judge. So she's kind of feeling like everything's up in the air at the moment. That's all she can think about is the legal proceedings. That's why that card's come out twice. Ten of Pentacles, which is underneath the outer space card. Now, I do think that this time this is about her family. As we pulled the grandparents card, but her family are... There's something here about her family being powerful, well-connected. It's connected to money as well.
It just makes you wonder, when people are so well protected, there has to be, well, possibly there is links within their family that's like, that makes that happen. But again, I know so little about Dylan. I remember trying to find out about her mum, because I think her real mum, I feel at the time I thought she had a bigger connection with her stepmom than she did with her real mum. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Don't know if anyone knows anything about that. Are you muted or?
Yeah, I'm apparently muted as well. If I type something like if I type a response to somebody, people pick on me from my loud keyboard because so I like to mute myself. But
Yeah. So
yeah, I just don't know much about the family interactions either.
No, I don't even know if she has siblings, Dylan. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. It's funny because I've been super. I get beat up all the time in my community. Even I get beat up all the time for leave these poor girls alone kind of thing. And while I know a lot of people question them, I also try to be very careful about not being perceived as constantly beating them up. So like I purposely kind of like if it doesn't get handed to me in a police report, I'm like, I don't know,
you have
because I get kicked in the teeth all the time for talking about them, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I get it. But I think you're probably one of the most respectful people when it comes to the Idaho 4, you know, that you do it in a much more respectful way than a lot of people do. So I think regardless of how you approach it, if you're a pro burger, people are going to attack you for one reason or another, regardless of what it's about. So yeah, I mean, are you open-mindedly? Do you, even though you kind of you lean on the side of thinking that Brian is innocent, you still think, if you know, there could still be evidence that he's not
innocent?
Yeah.
No, I try to say all the time, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care. I'm not personally invested in whether Kohberger is innocent or guilty. What I'm invested in is that the legal system was not falsified and that they lied to everybody. That's what bothers me. So yes, if they lied to put an innocent man in jail, I'm even more pissed off. But if they lied to put a guilty man in jail, I'm still pissed off, because they shouldn't have to lie. They let the evidence speak for itself. You don't get to just lie because you know that what happened. It's not acceptable. So
yeah, definitely. And it's not just law enforcement. It's like Angela's just said, people need to realize that Dylan lied. So many people have lied throughout this case. It's just so messed up. But it makes you question everything. I mean, I found myself the other day, considering that really from the beginning, I've been thinking Brian is, you know, as far as I'm concerned, he's been set up. But then I was thinking the other day and thinking, what if there's a chance here I'm completely wrong, and that he is, you know, he's everything that people have said he is. And then I thought, God, can you imagine if that happened? That basically, I would have to question everything that I do. Literally, I would have to say, maybe give up my whole career, which is horrendous. It's like frightening.
Because for you, you're like, my intuition's either right or it's not, and if it's not, then what am I doing? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Cover up is clarified by the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about it's about walking away from something. It's regarding not having any responsibility I don't feel, even though 8 of Cups should be quite an emotional card, I don't feel any remorse. I don't feel any fear. Under the Revenge card, we've got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. There is definitely fights over money, and I don't know if that fight that night was over money, but it feels like someone was bragging about, feels like someone was bragging.
Responding to comment from I remember seeing a family portrait of Bethany, but never of Dylan. It's interesting because someone did a video. I wonder if it was JLR, you know. I think it might have been JLR in the early days. He used to do deep dives on people's family trees. Was that him?
I don't know. I've watched a little bit of JLR, but not much. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Bethany, because I jotted down everyone's names. He did a deep dive on Bethany's family tree, on her father, her grandfather, Yeah, but you know, so her information was out there early on, but I think that soon changed. Here comes Karma. Hello, director. Did you hear that? He is in the room somewhere.
The direct. Yeah. By the way, when you get a chance, I put a private message for you backstage too. I don't know if you check those out, but I put a private message back for you.
Okay.
About the fact that they'd never have to worry about money and I don't know, it's like calling other people a peasant, or I don't know, I'm just picking up little snippets of it, and it's just, yeah, let's clarify. So we've got 2 of Pentacles, legal proceedings. 8 of Cups again. So she doesn't want, obviously, she doesn't want to be involved in legal proceedings, and I think that there are moves being made to make sure that she doesn't have to. Clarified by the Star in reverse. So she is trying to stay out of the public eye as well. Outer space, 10 of Pentacles, clarified by the Hierophant in reverse. So again, this is about the courts, the legal system, staying away from it, being unanswerable, being untouchable, having no morals, no principles. There could be something here, though. There could be something here. I don't know why I'm getting this, okay, because it feels like she's not going to have to face the legal proceedings. But what I have just been shown is her losing her temper in the court.
Didn't happen.
And then her being shouted at, contempt of court, something like that. So
Mindful haze. Hey, I didn't see you. I didn't have my glasses. It's hilarious. I didn't see you up there. I didn't have my glasses on. Hello.
Well, at least she didn't mistake you for a pig.
Right? That would be horrible.
The World in reverse.
JLR is Chimu Brian Entin.
So she's not going to achieve what she's hoping to achieve in the respect of probably anonymity, which is also about outer space. She wants to be alien. She doesn't want to be involved in any way. She wants to be kept out of it. It feels like that's not going to work. Probably, more than likely, the defense will push for her to testify. It's not just about the prosecution. The cover-up and 8 of Cups is clarified by the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So there feels like there's something here about money that went missing or illicit substances that went missing. And this card is indicating that that was returned, rectified, sorted out. Seven of Pentacles in reverse is it makes me feel like how they had to come together to sort out what the hell they were going to do now because of what had just happened, and they hadn't planned for it. So there was a lot of talking, discussing, arguing, panicking. And that's why I think this happened a lot earlier. It definitely happened earlier than 3:30 in the morning. I think it's more like that's more like the time that Ethan and Sanna came back. So that might be the time they died, but not the time anyone else died. Revenge is clarified by the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, so whoever this person was.
Wow, cat's happy.
Let me just double check.
The director's never happy.
He wants food.
Brian is a Scorpio, so it's not him. It feels like earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, but a lot of the time I'll be picking up someone's rising sign. So, however, this person is quite cold. He's very cool under pressure. It's almost given him this massive ego boost that this has happened.
Who are we talking about? Sorry, I missed that. Do we know who we're talking
Good
about?
question.
Oh, okay.
You said it.
The Ace of Wands. So it does feel like he was the one who kind of calmed everything down and made everyone listen. This is what we're going to do. I feel like there was, after everyone was dead.
Just to answer your question, Microdot, I just leave the cards as they are. So, yeah, they just get reshuffled over and over again. I don't put cards back in the upright.
The people I'm seeing in the house at the time was Dylan, this guy, and 2 other guys. And those 2 other guys had come over, apparently, to pick up some sweeties. Yeah, guys, it's a bit of a shocker. But I'm telling you now, that case, when it starts, there's going to be so many twists and turns. It's going to be compelling viewing. So everyone, please, if you don't know about this case, please do your research now, and please don't do your research through Law and Crime Network or Court TV, because they are so biased. Mainstream media, leave it alone. Do your research in any other way and make your own mind up. But please don't go through mainstream media. It makes me so angry. Yeah, so thank you guys. Thanks for watching. If anyone is interested, if you've enjoyed this reading, I say enjoyed, but you know, if you are interested in information on a live video reading with me, please email.
So I'm pausing it there because I know what I'm about to say, and my details on my link is no longer the same, so that would be irrelevant, and I don't want people going off and trying to book a reading via a link that doesn't work anymore. So it is interesting. I have to say, one of the things that stands out to me is back then when we were just learning about people like Dylan's statement about what happened, the frozen shock phase, the whole thing about, you know, I stuck my head out the door and told them to be quiet because they were being too noisy, thought they were playing with the dog, all that stuff. And none of it, everything's changed since then. It's all of it is just no longer true, which is crazy.
It should be troubling that nothing's the same as it was when we started this case.
Exactly. And I'm still so frustrated that it didn't end up going, you know, we didn't get a trial out of it. Maybe we still will, but who knows?
It's possible.
The clock is ticking, as they say, the clock is ticking. So it's going to be the most frustrating thing. I don't know how you feel, Lee, but if it doesn't, if this doesn't get a second chance, are you going to feel like everything, all of the research and everything you've done has been for nothing?
Pretty much,
all of the hours of work that you've put into it.
Yeah, we can rage and rage and rage against the machine, but if it just ends with that's the way it's going to go down, then what was the point? Like no one, there'll be no vindication, and that sucks. But anyways, it's defeating to think. Yeah.
And then it would make me question, definitely, well, if, you know, if I have to ask the question then, if Brian was innocent, why didn't he fight it? You know? But yeah. It is annoying, isn't it? So I was going to just quickly, for the last sort of 10 minutes or so, just open up the floor to a bit of a Q&A. I will keep an eye on the car. I know we can't pin comments, but we'll get there. Don't worry, we will get there. But I'm reading comments as they go. So if anyone's got any questions or any comments or anything like that, I will read them out and respond to them now. Just a question for you, Lee, as well. What's your biggest focus outside of the Idaho 4 as far as true crime's concerned? What do you think is going to be your next big thing that you want to put all your, not all your energy, but a lot of your energy into?
The biggest one is I'm also waiting to see Richard Allen's appeal, whether or not that gets appealed. If the appellate court decides, as I think they should, that Richard Allen didn't get a fair trial, that will become the next monster case, in my opinion, because there's a lot of people who believe that he's guilty because he said he didn't say he did. He actually got convicted. He didn't plea. But the point being is that if that gets re-looked at, that'll become another monstrous case, because there's a lot of stuff people don't know, almost to the level of Idaho 4 with the number of stuff that was overlooked in that case. So I think that'll be a big one. I was kind of hoping that Letcher County and the Sheriff Stein, or Sheriff Steins that shot Judge Mullins and Letcher County was going to be a big case, because I think that there's a lot of corruption going on in Kentucky, but I think that case is going to end up being a simple open and shut plea deal, and it's just going to be over. But
yeah, that is one I need to be looking at as well. At some point I need to, because I haven't even skimmed the surface of it. I have no idea what it's about. All I know is that there's a lot of controversy around it. The other one that's very interesting is the Murdoch case.
Yes, yeah.
Which has just been,
and that's that's going to be it's going to be an interesting one too. And unfortunately with the Murdoch case, it feels like most people in America still believe he was guilty, even though they realize that the conviction was flawed. And so ultimately it may bore people because it'll just be a retrial and end up in the same verdict as it was the first time, but just costing the taxpayers a bunch of money to get the same verdict again. So I don't know that people heavily question Murdoch's guilt in that case. Whereas again, I think the reason why Idaho 4 was a monster was because people genuinely question whether or not Kohberger did it or whether he could have possibly done it alone. Whereas some of the other cases, people don't feel there's a mystery. They're like, yeah, that guy did it and we know he did it. So what's the mystery? Like, people want mystery. They want to be able to try to figure it out. People love to be able to try to figure out what happened. That's what I think fuels Idaho 4 is everybody wants to be the one to kind of like, I knew it. I had this theory and it got proven true. And that's what makes it a monster. And again, Delphi has a potential to do that as well still, because I think a lot of people don't think it happened the way that they said it did.
Yeah, it is. It's also brings me back to kind of what boosted my YouTube numbers in the first place, and it was actually a case on a person called Jay Slater, who was a British 20. I think he's like 21. He went over to. He went on vacation to Tenerife. And basically just disappeared. The story was that he was a little bit hungover, or he was still suffering the effects of being intoxicated. And he went for a walk in the mountains, got lost and died. And that was huge. It like became this massive, very much like the Idaho 4, like all the people, all the players that were involved, that were connected. And it's all like this, that didn't happen. But we never found out the truth, you know?
Oh man, yeah,
it's so annoying that they basically, he had an autopsy in Tenerife, and I don't know if they did another one when his body was brought back to the UK, but there was a not an inquiry, what's it called, when they do a
investigation,
like an inquiry into the death sort of thing, and that just came back as accidental, so nothing came of it. But it was interesting at the time, and I definitely saw foul play going on.
Inquest.
Inquest, that's it. Inquest. Thank you.
Yeah.
So have I missed any questions while I've been talking? Thank you very much for the goat trophy. It's interesting. I suppose goat could mean greatest of all time, but I'm automatically going to a goat. Like,
and I'm thinking the worst movie ever. There was like a one of these like college Wilder movies where they talked about the goat, and that meant something completely different. Giving somebody the goat was something a little foul. So when I hear the goat, my mind goes back to an old movie. I can't even explain it. It would be unladylike for me to explain what the goat was.
Okay. Oh, now I want to know.
Let me see if I can find a politically correct way to say it.
Okay. Yes, you're right. Capricorns are represented by the goat, and so is the devil represented. Capricorns are represented by the devil.
I'm typing with my mic wide open.
No, that's okay. I don't mind. Aquarius.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can remember the movie at least, because I typed into a chat that'll allow me to actually describe what I remember, because otherwise they'll be like, I'm not going to talk to you about that. That's disgusting.
I dread to think.
I'm trying to. I know it's going to come up. It's like, I don't think it was Van Wilder, but no. Let's see. Gosh darn it, that's not it. Damn it. It had to do with it had I can see his face. Damn it. He was a cook. Dean Cook was actually playing a cook like in a restaurant. And it was all like about these guys at a restaurant, and they would do horrible things to people's meals when you ordered it, like spit in your thing or whatever. And they had this game that they'd play with where they'd show each other the goat. Anyways, it's horrible. Was it? Anyways, I digress. This has nothing to do with this channel or anything at all. I just
how did we go off on that tangent? Was it a comedy?
Because somebody said goat and I laughed.
Yeah, no, it was me.
Somebody said goat and I laughed because
yeah. So there's not too many questions, I don't think. What's this?
It's called Waiting. 2005. The movie was called Waiting.
Okay.
As in waiting on tables. Yeah.
Waiting. Okay.
It had Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Waiting. Yeah. It had Dane Cook and Ryan Reynolds. It was a comedy. And the guys would. Yeah. Anyways, the goat. Look it up sometime if you want. I
okay. I will.
It's called Waiting.
So we did have a comment here from, hold on, of course it's gone, hold on. It was from Here Comes Karma. Can you, because I've just lost it, almost literally. Nope, it's gone. But Microdot, you said you still follow Sebastian Rogers, Michael Vaughan, Summer Wells, but not every day like I did before. Idaho 4 takes up most of my hours. Yeah, true. And it is also all these other cases as well that have been just forgotten about and disappeared and just nobody cares. And, you know, when you think about all these missing people, these missing children, especially the Canada case as well, the 2 kids that went missing, I've forgotten their names. They just apparently they were playing in the backyard and never to be seen again. And we hear nothing more about that. It's just baffles me.
Sue or Lee, what do you think about
Jack
the streams on the cameras? Yeah. If you're talking about the 2:30-ish time frame on the Linda Lane or not Linda Lane, but the 1112, is that what you're talking about, those screens?
Yeah, I meant at the time I told myself I was going to listen to the untampered with version of that audio. And because I didn't want to listen to it when someone else is commenting on it. You know, when you're watching and they say, oh well, they're clearly saying this or this. I wanted to listen to it and make my own mind up, and I never did. But
I will tell you this. I'll tell you this, Sue. When I first listened, when Jules came out with the raw video of that, I'll tell you this. I did the same thing. I don't want to hear anybody's opinions. I don't want to do anything like that. And I was listening, and this was what was horrifying to me. I was listening with noise canceling headphones on. My wife was in bed next to me, so she couldn't hear what I was doing. And I had it turned up pretty high because I'm trying to listen to every little, nuance or whatever. And then a blood curdling scream hit the thing so loud. I ripped my headset off and threw it in the room, and I was shaking. It was like, oh my God. Like it literally had a visceral, like I had to rip the headphones off, and I was shaking. Like, I can't believe it. It took me a while to even get back to want to hearing it because I was just so intently focused on words. And then all of a sudden this blood curdling scream comes out, and I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I'll never forget that moment. It was shocking.
So like, I haven't listened to it. I mean, I've heard it, but not through headphones so was, in your opinion, in that moment, it was definitely something. We're talking about something traumatic, not someone having a great time having a party. Yeah,
there is no way I think people are insane to say that's just typical partying. That was horror. That was horror, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. People say it different. People say that was a pillow fight. You hear.
It's interesting, and I've done readings not based on that, but I've done readings on 1112. That's where it came from. Well, no, that's where the recording came from, didn't it? From 1112, the balcony with the pumpkins.
Yeah.
So my just from the readings I've done was that whatever was going on wasn't actually coming from 1122. It was either coming from 1112 or some other property very close by. I mean, to you, did it feel like it was too loud to be coming from 1122, or do you still think? I mean, you've been there, so you know the proximity of these of these buildings.
No, I think it came from 1122. I do
Okay.
think that scream came from 1120. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. It's something I do.
I should actually. That area is a big sound bowl. Everything can bounce around, so it's hard to say. But I do think the scream came from 1112 or 1122. Sorry.
Yeah, I do need to actually at some point listen to that audio, not for the scream as such, but for all the other whatever else was going on. Yeah,
it's worth listening, and especially and just like you say, don't let anybody else's words on screen taint you. Just listen to it. Just listen to it for, and just try to and I think you'll get a lot out of it.
Yeah, I need to make a note of that and do that. So I think we can wrap it up. Actually, I think we've covered everything we need to cover for today. I'm probably next week we'll maybe do a deep dive on Bethany. I think that was the next video I was going to look at. Bethany, who's the biggest, anomaly that nobody knows anything about. Do you think she was there, Lee? Do you think she was there the whole night, Bethany?
Oh my God! Like I don't know that she was. My gut tells me she was, and she saw something that was exculpatory, and they've done everything they can to make sure she doesn't testify to what she saw. I think Bethany did see or witness something that would change everything, and everyone fought to make sure she never testified to what she saw, because she was going to be forced into two options: get on the stand and lie about what she saw, or admit what she saw, and it screws the whole case. So I think she saw something, but I get a lot of people thinking that she wasn't at the house. I get a lot of people thinking that both Dylan and Bethany weren't at the house during the time that it happened. So there's reasons to believe it. So I don't know, but
she is. She's. If you think Dylan's protected, I think I've never got the feeling that Bethany is directly involved in any way. I think she's a bit. I kind of get more of the energy of what you were saying about Bethany, that you were saying about Dylan, that she may know what happened and she has guilt about not doing anything about it, sort of thing. So I've never really got the feeling from her that she's, maybe that's because we don't know enough about her. I don't know, we haven't seen enough of her. But her emotions seem definitely
talking about somebody who's protected.
But her actual interview, her emotions I thought were real compared to what I feel about Dylan. Is when you watch Bethany, she seemed genuinely upset and terrified. I think she was terrified of being, of actually being caught out for something. But what, we don't know. Anyway, I thought what we can do now, you very kindly have added to backstage. If nobody has seen this video that we're going to play out,
hopefully it can play.
Hopefully it plays. Is the Pretty Much video. Seeing as this video is all about Dylan, this is the music video, which is called Pretty Much. And if you haven't watched it, you have to watch this because it is absolutely classic. It is amazing. So for everyone, those of you who do know what this video is about, and for those of you who don't, who's the artist behind this? Is it another one of Robin's?
Cat Farm on our one of our UK people. Cat Farm on our side is the one that created this. It was brilliant. She was one of the first songs we ever had created, and we were hysterically laughing. And I only dig it out so often because it always is like, but anyway, it's a great time. We did this all about Dylan. It should be about Dylan on the way out.
Exactly. And it sums her up perfectly. I just want to say thank you also to everyone. I'm sure I've missed people that have been so kind and generous throughout this live stream. And please know I do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Lee's channel on the Devil's Advocates, you can pop over to, he's got two channels, Devil's Advocates Beyond and Devil's Advocates 2024. I think I'm right in saying.
Yes.
Please make sure you go over there and subscribe and watch his content because it is amazing on both channels. If you want to know anything about the Idaho 4 and you're not sure, then you'll find something on there, definitely on your main channel. So without further ado, let's see if I can. Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Is it real or just a dream? Can I tell you what I've seen? Pretty much at 4 a.m. a man appeared in front of me. I don't recall a single thing. I'm so lost inside my mind. No one answers when I ring. Was it real or just a lie? Can I tell you what happened? Pretty much at 4 a.m. something happened. Pretty much, I don't know what happened. Pretty much, everyone is super nice. My friends were home, but I'm not sure. I went straight past and left her there. When I saw her lying on the floor, I ran away, but I wasn't scared. I don't recall a single thing. I'm so lost inside my mind. No one answers when I ring. Was it real or just a lie? Can I tell you what happened? Pretty much at 4 a.m. something happened. Pretty much, I don't know what happened. Pretty much, everyone is super nice. No one's answering. I'm really confused. I'm not remembering. Please, may I be excused? It wasn't like anything was wrong. I don't know if this is real or not. She danced with the dog and sang a song. What happened? I don't know. I forgot. I don't recall a single thing. I'm so lost inside my mind. No one answers when I ring. Was it real or just a lie? Can I tell you what happened? Pretty much at 4 a.m. something happened. Pretty much, I don't know what happened. Pretty much, everyone is super nice. I don't remember at all.
Good night.
It's perfect. It is perfect. It sums her up. I love it.
I love it.
Anyway, everyone, we hopefully you'll be here again next week, Lee. And
yes, I'm sure.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll be on your side of things before then. So yeah, we'll see
awesome.
you guys, everyone, later. Thank you all for being here, and I'll play you out with my usual. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Later. Thank you.
Footsteps echo down a hollow hall. Shadows stretch where the secrets crawl. A flick of light, a shattered glass. Truth buried deep beneath the past. Who holds the gavel? Who breaks the chain? Who hides the evidence? Who shifts the blame? Behind the badge, behind the smile crooked grin. The game was rigged before it could begin.